Hi, and welcome to Coffee with Dogs. I'm Susan Ellen Medium. I am an evidential psychic medium and animal communicator. This podcast is a place to share insights into the spirit world and soulful stories of animals and what they can teach us about a life aligned with love. So grab your mug and let's dive into some magic together.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Coffee with Dogs. I'm your host, Maria. And before we begin, we'd like to remind all of you to tune in wherever you listen. Every 1st and 15th, Susan Allen drops a new episode of Coffee with Dogs. Also, if you can give her the 5-star ratings and share this podcast with all your friends and loved ones. Hi, Susan.
Hey, Maria, how are you? Thank you for being here.
Thank you. This is going to be an exciting show today about cats and dogs and any animals that come up. Now, my first question is, what is a sign that your cat or dog is trying to communicate to you that people commonly miss?
Well, I think a lot of people have these preconceived ideas and they're not reality based. Like they'll call me and say, I'm positive my cat is mad at me for whatever. I was out last night late and my cat keeps going outside the litter box. Like that is a common misconception that people think their animals are trying to get even. Yeah, animals get pissed like people. It's the same personality, the same soul. But generally speaking, we have to rule out a urinary tract infection or something like that, which comes up. And I've been able to diagnose these things too. So it's a really common misconception that, your animals are trying to get even. I mean, sometimes it could be true, but your animals are really there to support, help, and love us. And sometimes the personality can be disruptive or anxious, but it's not like a deliberate thing, We shouldn't look at our animals as they're bad. Because if we think our animals are bad, they're going to become bad. We want to think the highest and best thoughts for our animals and have patience with our pets.
It's almost like having children.
It is, yeah, very much like that. Yes.
Wow, that's wonderful. So many pet owners wonder if they'll be reunited with their animals. Now, what do you share with people grieving, like a cat or a dog that they've lost?
Well, the first 49 days, when the animal passes to spirit, they're very, very close to you because they're just getting used to the next level of energy. Like born and raised Catholic, we want to think we go right to heaven, but they do hang around just like a person for the first 49 days, and you can impart on them what you would like, if you want them to come back. And even if they're gone more than 49 days, guys, you didn't miss the window, but they're very, very close. So you can say to them, I'd like you to come back to me. I want you back in this lifetime. Or you can say, take care, just hang around and be my guide. Because they do become guides, like an angel or a deceased family member. Generally speaking, ask them what you'd like. Keep talking to them. And even when they pass to spirit, keep the relationship alive. Keep the vocabulary alive with them. It's really beneficial to them and to you. And then after 49 days, the loss becomes a little bit easier. Like after the 3-month mark, I would say you can actually breathe again. You're not crying constantly. And I think that we should be able to have days off, for pet loss, just like we get days off when we lose a family member, because I feel like a pet loss sometimes could be worse than losing a person. And there's no explanation for it. It's very surreal. And there's this energy that's so profound that's not in our space anymore. But they are very close. We just can't see them. And, a lot of my people that come to me say, I swore I saw him, or I heard the little tapping of the claws across my room, or I smelled him, or I felt him jump on the bed or snuggle up. These are all signs and symbols from them that they're hanging around.
So when you say the first 49 days, would you say that that's the most sensitive time to connect with them when you're
It's your
communicating?
most sensitive time and it's their
Mm,
most sensitive time because they're still in, like, I'm there and I'm here and I'm not leaving my owner and I'm in the in between.
in between.
Doesn't mean that they're free of their body and
Mhm.
they're in this beautiful space of freedom, but they're also around you, very, very close to you, just like our dead people.
Mm.
Really an amazing time.
Now, do cats come through in readings the way people do? What does that look like?
Cats, birds,
Or dogs?
iguanas, they
Mm-hmm.
all come through exactly like a dead person. I'm talking to the soul of the pet, and that soul was not always a pet. So they have the same huge personality like a person. There's no, I can't distinguish in personalities or the souls between a pet or a person. The messages are sometimes different, but the soul feels exactly the same. Very, very elevated. Lots of information come through, lots of evidence that kind of make you a believer. Like
Mm-hmm.
even if you're not, and it's very interesting. Like I don't know if I talked about this. Did I tell you I had a reading with someone and the Macy's sign, with the star, the
Oh,
department
yes.
store flashed in my brain and I said, "Do you know the name Macy?" And it was another deceased pet that she had in spirit. So the spirit world wanted to let me know. And then when she said yes, it like opens because she gets a rush of energy and a heart moment, like a love connection with, oh, Macy. And
Mhm.
when that heart opens and your vibration changes, you are in like an elevated space at that point. And that elevated space of belief and just being like a child again, that connection becomes so clear. And then I can see the animal and then I could see like they're coming in. But when you embrace that this is real and this is happening and feel that same love, it's like,
Yes.
wow, it's like an instant. I feel like I'm electricity, it's like so easy to read that pet and that person. It's beautiful.
That sounds so beautiful. Now, what are some of the signs a departed pet might send to let the person know that they're still around them?
Same as people, you'll see feathers because the loss and the grief is just the same.
Mm.
So you'll see feathers, you know, sometimes you'll see them out of the corner of your eye before, like I said, the nails clicking, electrical things, crazy electrical things happening. Things like those are the symbols. A bird like landing on your window. I had something crazy happen. I thought I heard this huge thump into my house. I ran outside, nothing was there. It was crazy. And it sounded like a bird had hit the house. And I was like, oh, dear God, I'm not ready for this. I don't want to see anything gory. You know, I was kind of like, oh God, let me not go outside and find a dead crow or something. And there
Oh
was
my God.
nothing there. It was just spirit trying to get my attention. And it had something to do with a reading that I was doing because I don't like to start getting messages before, but it happens. Like I'll just be making my coffee and stirring my creamer in. And then the next thing I know, I feel the energy that's going to be coming through for the person. It's crazy how it works.
Yeah, right before the reading, it's like they just line up and come to you, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they don't always line up in formation. Sometimes I get flooded and then I'm trying to decipher like what's coming in, and I sit there and I'm like, okay, be specific. Like I'm having the conversation with you, but I'm telling your souls in the spirit world, go, give me something that's important that can help heal
Mm-hmm.
your loved one that's sitting and just paid me. I want to help them. And that's how it all happens. It comes through love, like my love for my client that I don't even know. Just thank you. I love you. We're going to have a great reading and we're going to do this kind of thing.
Oh my goodness. Now, if there's one thing you would want every pet owner to understand about the spiritual life of their companion, what would that be?
Your pet just wants you to know that they're there for your acceleration
Mm,
into loving yourself. They want us to enjoy our life, be
mm.
joyful, be buoyant, be free, get out of worry, get out of stress, get out of pain. Did you ever hear that? Remember that old wives' tale that our parents would say to us? And they would say, half the things you worry about never even happen, right? And
Yes,
wasn't that kind of true?
it's actually true.
So worry about tomorrow, next week, your finances, your family members, basically takes the protection away from your family by worrying.
Mhm.
And I remember when I first started with animal communication, it was kind of horrible because I was so hypersensitive. Like I couldn't see an injured animal and I'd be in bed for like 2 hours after. But I remember seeing these and I talked about it on another podcast. So I'm sorry if you listen to that podcast, but I would be very worried about the poaching crisis in Africa with
Mm.
the elephants.
Yes.
And I thought, this makes me feel like shit worrying about them. And my vibration's coming down and I can't connect. And what I started to do, and it helped them and it helped me, and I know it helped them, was I started to see these huge herds. I don't think you call them herds. There's a word for a bunch of elephants together traveling across Africa and finding all the food and all the shelters and all the water and having babies and having playtime. And I would just like impart this beauty on these elephants and send them so much love. And all of a sudden, I see these public service announcements from Yao Ming. He was one of the NBA players for the Lakers. He was like 900 feet tall. And
Yeah.
he was adored in China. And he was doing public service announcements on Chinese TV. You don't need the ivory. It's very hard to take a religion that's a gazillion years old and
Yes.
try to change the thought processes of the people that follow these traditions and theories. But by not like my friend is a staunch vegan and she's always protesting. You could protest all you want, but unless you put love on it,
Hmm.
nothing changes. You have to love the people that are doing the disservice. Pray for the people that you want to condemn or judge. I think
Yeah.
that's really hard to do. Not,
Mm.
it's the human condition
Yeah.
to really change our thoughts and our sequence of how we feel.
Mm-hmm.
Because the
Mm-hmm.
minute I think, oh, I don't like her, I have a grudge, or it brings, if you notice how you feel like crap. If you notice how you feel after you have those thoughts, you're not elevated,
Right.
but you're pounding the problem into
Mm-hmm.
creation, and you don't want that. You want to create, you want to elevate.
You don't want to point fingers. And, they say like if you point a finger at one person, 10 people are
Right.
pointing it back at you.
Yeah, or if it's like when you have a resentment, it's like you're drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. I love that, but you're like dying from those thoughts.
Yeah.
You can be hurt. I love this because I've had hurts and people leave and
Mm-hmm.
surprising people act in a surprising way that I
Mm-hmm.
didn't think was the way that they should act towards me. And I would be so hurt, but I would work through
Yeah.
my pain
Mm-hmm.
and work through my own feelings because those are my feelings to work through. They're not the other person. Those
Mm-hmm.
are my feelings that I allowed to happen to me. So, what is it about that? Pray for that person. Pray,
Mm-hmm.
pray, pray. And the whole feelings would transmute.
Yes, and send love because that's really all you can do.
That's
Even
right.
if you feel like you just don't want to.
That's what you got. You got love. That's
That's
the
the magic.
connection.
Mhm.
Love is the key. Love is the key to everything. Love, love, love. Even if you don't want to find something to love, like look at a silly animal video. That's what does it for me. Something ridiculous, like donkeys honking really loud. I always wanted donkeys, but I think I'm so noise sensitive. Do I really? But how would I feel if, I mean, I might go visit a donkey rescue in New York when I go there next week. If I
Yeah.
figure out how to get to upstate New York,
Uh-huh.
I might ask my brother actually if he wants to go. But I don't know, honking donkeys all
Hawking
morning.
donkeys.
You know, they're honking.
Yes,
I know I'm
yes.
not getting it right, but they honk. And they're adorable and they
Yeah.
express themselves. I love them.
Well, thank you, Susan, so much for another wonderful episode of Coffee with Dogs.
Thank you, Maria. It was lovely to see you and be here with you. And don't forget, if you want a private with me, I'm at Susan Allen Medium on Instagram. SusanAllenMedium.com is my website and my podcast, Coffee with Dogs. Thank you so much for rating these podcasts. I love you, Maria.
I love you. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining me for another episode with Coffee with Dogs. I'm your host, Susan Allen Medium, and I would love for you to write and review the podcast wherever you listen. This helps everyone find me. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. From my soul to yours, and from our animals to us all. Until we meet again.